Hey guys! So I'm making this video because I thought it was pretty important. Ever since I posted my depression story, I have so many of you ask me all the time, how are you doing? I hope you're doing well. It's 2018 and I know all of us go through so many things all the time. And I just wanted to give you guys a little advice on how I stay positive and after I've gone through some things, you know, what I do to handle it. But first, I'd really love to say thank you so much to those of you who still reach out to me and ask how I'm doing all the time and who all responded to my video. There's still some messages I haven't gotten back to, but I have read them and I am praying for all of you. I was not expecting such a big response on that video. So I just wanted to say thank you so much to those of you who did respond and had so many positive things to say, and it just really meant so much to me. I was not expecting any of that, and I am praying for each and every one of you. I pray for all of you every night that you're gonna get through what you're going through. And you know, this video hopefully will help some of you because these are things that I've had to do and that I still do. So we'll just go ahead and get started. But again, thank you guys so much. It really means a whole lot to me. Okay, so first things first, turning negative situations or thoughts into positive. That is probably one of the hardest things, because if you are depressed, negative things just come naturally to you. It's tough. So I have always been a very positive person until I hit my depression stage. Then it was like, ugh, positivity did not come natural at all. So for example, last week I had bursitis in my shoulder and I get it from my job, but I'm supposed to stay home when I have it because I'm not supposed to keep overworking my shoulder. It really got me down. I was like, I have too many people this week. I cannot reschedule that many people. Like, what are they gonna do? Provide a service to people? I can't just stay home. Although, you know, everybody was really understanding about it. I ended up rescheduling a handful of people, but not all of them. You know, I still decided to just go to work because I'm just that type of person. I'm just determined and passionate and very driven, and it's hard to stop me sometimes. So, but that was a negative situation, and it's like, well, what do I do? Well, how do I turn this into a positive? I looked at it this way. You know, the reason you have bursitis is because you work so hard that your shoulder just can't take it anymore. So it's like, wow, I work really, really hard, and so that's why I've got this. You know, it's not because you're a terrible person, so you just got bursitis. It's because you work so hard. It's kind of like a badge, like I earned it. Like I earned this bursitis because I worked so hard. Kind of stupid, but you know, you catch my drift. And then you have to look at it like, well, I don't like to just lay in bed and do nothing. But I've been binge watching Heart of Dixie on Netflix. So now I get to go home and binge watch my favorite show. Sometimes life just knocks you off your feet, but you have to put it into perspective and you have to just say, look, it's gonna be fine. Like, this isn't gonna last forever. The doctor did say it's gonna come back every now and again, pretty much for the rest of my life, but it's fine. That gives me a few hours to lay in bed and watch Netflix and take a hot bath and whatever. And it gives me time to relax and take a load off of me. I had to tell myself, you work so hard, you do so much in a day, all day, every day, and just like let this take a load off of you. Just relax, you know. Just have to turn those negative situations into something positive, because negative is not gonna last forever. You know, you can make it last forever if you keep dwelling on it, which I have done multiple times in my life, but it doesn't have to be that way. That was my choice, to dwell and dwell and dwell and make my life miserable, but it doesn't have to be like that. This is really important, and I know it might come across as, you know, I don't know how you guys are gonna take it, but you've got to cut negative and toxic people out of your life, whether they are friends, family members, people you grew up with. If they are making your life a nightmare, why are they there? You know, I spent so much time impressing people and people-pleasing people who didn't even deserve it. You know, it was people who only called me when they wanted something. It was people who didn't care about me when I was sick. What amazed me is when the response I got from the depression video, I got more of a response from the people I didn't expect than the people that should have been there, and the people who should have said, man, I hope you're all right, and the people who should be checking on me. But those people aren't. And not that the world revolves around me or anything, but you have that group of people that cares about you, and those are the people you need to keep in your life. You care about them just as much as they care about you. You should never have one-sided relationships where you're constantly doing something for somebody else and they never, you know, return the favor or ask, well, you know, one time, like, what can I do for you? You know, it's not, you don't need to be a servant to somebody all the time. I am already like a slave in my job. No, not really. But I already am constantly doing and putting on for people all day long. You know, I have to be positive in my job all day because nobody wants to come sit in my chair when I'm being a negative whatever, and it just doesn't work. I'm constantly having to be positive, and sometimes you need somebody that you can lean on every once in a while, and you don't need to have that one-sided relationship. And you know, it doesn't mean you can't love those people anymore or never see those people again, but you've got to push them to the side, because obviously on their list you're not as important and you're not as much of a priority. So why do you have them up here on your list when they could care less about you? They just want something from you. And you cannot have people like that in your life, or you can't have people in your life that are constantly putting you down all the time. That really, when you start hearing things over and over and over again that are not true about you, or things that really upset you all the time, you will start to believe it, whether it is true or not. And you can't have that. Oh my God, okay. It's so weird that I'm talking about this, because literally look at what just popped up on my phone, which I don't know if it'll focus. I just got a notification and it says detach from what destroys you. What are the, look at, y'all, look at God, okay? That was from Kim Pothier, who is a pastor, and I get her notifications on her app. But how is it that I was just speaking about that, literally? Detach from what destroys you. And, you know, most people think, oh, well, that's drugs, or that's my bad habits, or that. Sometimes it is people. You don't have to stay around people that make you feel bad about yourself, or make you feel used, or make you uncomfortable. You don't ever. It is your choice to be around those people, and you don't have to do it. I spent so much time pleasing the wrong people, people who just wanted to use me, or people who didn't even care about me. There's so many examples where I would be sick or in the hospital or something, and somebody would be like, oh, well, can't you just do my hair like when you get done? Or I'm like, no, because I'm just in a hospital bed. You know, you need people who are gonna be like, oh my gosh, well, I hope you feel better, or, you know, somebody will bring you some soup, or like, they don't even have to physically do anything for you, but them just letting you know, like, I'm thinking about you, or I'm praying for you, or, you know what I mean? You need people like that in your life who make you feel loved and appreciated and not used. That is such a big deal. Then also, don't be that person that is constantly trying to get something from somebody. Be genuine and be loving and be caring and appreciate people. That is such a big deal. And I really do feel like the positive energy and the positive thoughts and the compliments and things that you put out, what you sow is what you reap. And I truly, truly believe that. Nobody get offended here. But if that is true, if what you sow is what you reap, imagine if you were constantly planting positive seeds all throughout your life, regardless of what happens to you. Imagine what your life's gonna be. When life does hit you and you're able to turn that into something positive, imagine one, how much stronger that's gonna make you. Imagine two, how much easier it's gonna be to handle that situation. But I do feel like if you're constantly negative about things, being negative makes you sick. It really does. It deteriorates your health, your mental health, stability, all of it. Negativity ruins all of it. Have you ever noticed, like, people who are really negative have like high blood pressure and depression or eating disorders, or all of these things? Like, I get it, like, life happens, but you cannot let it destroy you. Okay, so, or like, you hear people all the time talking about, well, I'm broke, or I'm this, or I'm that. Well, why? Maybe if you would quit trying to take advantage of somebody else's wallet, maybe yours would be overflowing. You know what I mean? I feel like when you're putting all that negative stuff out there, you're constantly taking advantage of people. You're gonna stay broke. You're gonna stay upset all the time. You're gonna stay unhappy, because that's just what you keep putting out into the world. But imagine if you reversed it. Not saying that you're gonna be rich and like a big deal or whatever, but you're gonna be way better off. Once you get rid of the toxic people, even if you only have like one positive person in your life, I would rather have either just me or just one positive person in my life than a bunch of negative people. I can't do it. I can't handle it. It makes me feel bad. I feel like I can't accomplish anything. I feel like I'm not good enough when I'm around people like that. It destroys you. Surround yourself with people that make you happy, and love the people from a distance that don't. So now that you are turning negative thoughts into positive, and you've cut out your toxic people, and you've brought in your positive people, just those three things are going to change your life. And I'm not just saying that because it sounds good. No, it literally will. Being positive, sometimes it's not easy for people. It's not natural for people. The more you do it, the more you think that way, the more you start changing negative into positive, the easier it gets. And one day, it just clicks. And then that's all you know, is just how to be positive. And I'm that type of person now, where if somebody says something that's a little off the wall, I'll let it hurt me for a second, but then I just get over it. I'm like, you know what? It is not my job to determine what made them say that. What did I do to make them say that? Some people just say stupid and mean and hurtful things because they're just that way. And I can't control it, but I know the truth. And that's all that matters. You and God know the truth about you and about what kind of person you are, and that's all that matters. And people are going to choose to see in you what they want to see in you. They will, whether they got to make it up in their mind or whether they just don't want to see it. You just really have to like pat yourself on the back. Like, I think some of us don't do that enough. It is okay, listen to me very closely. It is okay to be proud of yourself for what you have accomplished. It took me a long time to realize that. I felt like if I was proud of myself, that made me vain, or that made me too confident, or that made me cocky or whatever. It's okay as long as you're doing it in like a humble manner, you know. But sometimes I push myself so much and I work so hard to do certain things that like I don't even look back and think, you are 22 years old. Do you realize what all you have done? What are all the other 22-year-olds doing? You know what I mean? And sometimes you just have to remind yourself of what all you've accomplished and remind yourself where you came from. And depression was not something that I was ever proud of or something that I feel good ever really talking about, but I overcame it. And I'm a different person now, and I'm positive, and I can't believe the amount of people that come to me now for advice, or the amount of people that text me. And I've made so many new friends, I've made so many new connections, I've gotten rid of the negative people in my life, and completely changed everything. Remind yourself, look at what I accomplished. Look at what I overcame. Give yourself a little pat on the back and keep it moving. We all need somebody in our life, whether you know them well or whether you don't, that is gonna uplift you. I only had maybe 1 or 2 people in my life that would uplift me and check on me every single day, you know, but those were the most important and crucial parts of my life. And wouldn't you want to be like that for somebody else? The fact that somebody will call or text me when they're going through something and they think that I am important enough to give that information to or to trust me with, that is a really honorable feeling. And wouldn't you want to feel that way? Wouldn't you want to know that you are such a happy and positive and giving person that now people trust you with their issues? You're their go-to person. Like, you know what, I'm having a bad day, let me text so-and-so. They're gonna make me feel better. Wouldn't that make you feel so good to know that you were that person that they wanted to come to? I think some of us get tired of listening to people's problems and we're like, oh my gosh, like, but really, you know, be thankful that somebody loves you enough and thinks highly of you and is like, this person makes me feel better. You know, so be that kind of hard person, because you don't know what people are going through, and you need to just be a light in somebody's life if that's how they look at you, you know. But it is another thing when you're just constantly complaining about everything. Sometimes bad things happen to you because you make really terrible decisions. You know what I mean? You can't put that blame on everybody else. And sometimes I would do that. Sometimes I just, you know, I chose to be negative, and then I would blame everybody else. Well, so-and-so made me mad. I can't control what they said, but I can control how I feel about it. I don't know how good of advice this was, but it has really, really helped me a lot. To kind of just review again quickly what I went over. So, turning negative situations and thoughts into positive. Cut people that are toxic in your life out. Love them from way over here. Surround yourself with people that make you happy and make you feel positive, make you feel good and lift your spirits. Be intentional about being positive. Stop trying to figure out why people do certain things. Just live your life and do what you have to do and contribute what you have to contribute. The more positive you put into the world, the more positive you're gonna get back. Logan for president. No, I'm totally kidding. I would never want to do that, trust me. These are things that have helped me tremendously. These are things that got me through the toughest time in my life. Life is never gonna be sunshines and rainbows. But when it's not, your storm is going to pass and it will be a rainbow. So just get through it, okay? Because life hits us all. So if you got through it, that you did it, and be proud of yourself, okay? Whew! I got it out. Again, thank you guys so much for the overwhelming response that I got on that depression video. I'm always here for you guys whenever you need me, and I know you guys really took that seriously. I still have people text me all the time. I'm always praying for you guys. Yeah, hopefully this video helped. Thank you guys so much for watching, and again, thank you guys for all the sweet, loving, and caring messages that you guys send me all the time. I love y'all. Oh, and I'll see y'all in the next video.